My beloved child. Listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal is not ordinary, not random, and not something meant for everyone. There is a silent storm moving around your life right now, and the person closest to your heart is standing inside it, holding the weight alone. Your partner did not fall into this situation by accident. This problem was carefully set, slowly built, and quietly activated by someone they trusted deeply. Someone who smiles normally. Someone who knows personal details. Someone who knows exactly where it hurts. Your partner realized the trap only when it was already closing, and from that very moment, everything changed inside them. They stopped sharing certain things. They started protecting you in unusual ways. They began absorbing pressure instead of passing it on. This is not distance. This is defense. They are not hiding from you. They are hiding the danger from reaching you. Every delay, every silence, every heavy breath carries one intention only: to keep you safe while they search for a way out without breaking what you both have built. This is why your bond feels tense yet unbroken. This is why love still feels present even when answers feel missing. There is something unsettling you need to understand now. The problem they are stuck in is not loud. It does not announce itself. It works quietly through expectations, emotional leverage, and unspoken obligations. The person behind it knows how to apply pressure without being visible. They use guilt as a key. They use history as a chain. They use trust as a weapon. Your partner recognized this pattern too late, but not too late to act. The moment they understood that this situation could spill into your life, they made a decision that changed everything. They chose silence over panic. They chose patience over confrontation. They chose to stand alone rather than let you be dragged into something you never deserved. That choice cost them sleep. That choice cost them peace. That choice forced them to carry weight in their chest while still showing up for you with calm words and controlled emotions. This is why their love feels quieter but deeper. This is why they observe more and speak less. They are calculating every step, not for themselves, but for you. Pay attention to this carefully. The trap is designed to collapse if exposed too early. That is why your partner has not named it yet. That is why they have not explained everything. Not because they do not trust you, but because they know how reactive this situation is. One wrong word. One emotional response. One external involvement. And the entire structure turns aggressive. The person behind this problem wants a reaction. They want chaos. They want your partner to lose balance. And most importantly, they want access to you. That is the hidden motive. Your partner saw that possibility and drew an invisible line. They stepped forward so you would not have to. They allowed themselves to look distant so you could remain untouched. This is not emotional confusion. This is strategic protection. The calm you still feel in your connection is proof that their plan is holding. For now. There is a reason your intuition has been restless lately. You sense that something important is unfolding without your involvement. You feel moments where love feels heavy, not because it is fading, but because it is being tested under pressure. Your partner is navigating conversations where they must appear compliant while internally resisting. They are agreeing on the surface while redirecting outcomes silently. They are buying time. Time to weaken the control. Time to remove leverage. Time to dissolve the problem without letting it explode. And throughout all of this, their greatest fear is not loss, not confrontation, not consequences. Their greatest fear is that you might get hurt by something that was never meant to touch you. This fear is guiding every choice they make right now. This is why they check on you subtly. This is why they react strongly to even small threats. This is why they are unusually careful with words. They are not acting strange. They are acting responsibly under pressure. Understand this deeply now. The situation is reaching a turning point. The person who set this problem underestimated one thing. They underestimated the strength of your partner's loyalty. They assumed control would work. They assumed emotional pressure would break them. They assumed fear would force compliance. But they did not account for love that refuses to sacrifice someone innocent. Your partner is preparing a quiet exit, not dramatic, not confrontational, but final. When this resolves, it will feel sudden to you, like a heavy cloud lifting without warning. But this moment you are in right now is the most critical phase. Trust is being tested. Patience is being measured. Silence is doing the work of protection. Stay grounded. Stay calm. What is unfolding is not meant to separate you. It is meant to prove how far someone is willing to go to keep you safe, even if it means standing alone for a while. There is something unfolding behind the calm that you see, and it is far more calculated than it appears. Right now, your partner is walking through a narrow path where every step must be perfectly placed. One wrong move could expose intentions that were meant to stay hidden. One emotional slip could alert the very person who set this problem in motion. That is why your partner has become sharper, quieter, more observant. They are listening more than they speak. They are remembering details that once seemed unimportant. They are watching reactions, patterns, timing. This is not fear controlling them. This is awareness. They have understood that the problem is not about confrontation. It is about control. And control only survives in darkness. So they are slowly bringing light without letting it be noticed. You may feel moments where their energy shifts suddenly. That is them adjusting in real time, protecting you while the pressure tries to change shape around them. What makes this situation more intense is the emotional closeness of the person involved. This is not a distant enemy. This is someone woven into daily life, shared memories, shared expectations. Someone who knows how to sound reasonable while applying pressure. Someone who frames demands as concern and manipulation as care. Your partner saw through this only after certain lines were crossed silently. When boundaries were tested without permission. When loyalty was assumed instead of respected. That realization hit deeply. It created a quiet anger, but also a powerful clarity. Instead of reacting, your partner chose restraint. Instead of exposing the issue, they chose strategy. They understood that protecting you meant staying composed even when their own emotions were being stretched thin. That is why they seem emotionally present yet slightly guarded. They are filtering what reaches you, because not everything you deserve to know is safe to know yet. There is a hidden sacrifice being made that you may never hear spoken aloud. Your partner is allowing misunderstandings to exist temporarily. They are allowing themselves to look distracted, tired, or less expressive at times. Not because love is fading, but because their energy is being consumed elsewhere. They are carrying conversations you never hear. They are managing expectations you were never meant to carry. They are absorbing pressure that would feel overwhelming if it ever reached you. This is why moments of connection feel intense yet brief. This is why reassurance comes through actions more than words. They are conserving strength. They are choosing the long game. Everything they are doing now is designed to end this situation completely, not partially, not temporarily. When it ends, it must not return. That is their goal. Your intuition is not wrong, but it does not need to panic. The unease you feel is not a warning of loss. It is a signal of transformation. Something old is losing its grip. Something hidden is being challenged quietly. The person who created this problem is beginning to sense resistance, even if they cannot identify its source. That is why pressure may increase briefly. That is why demands may feel more urgent. That is why your partner may seem emotionally stretched during certain moments. This phase is critical. This is where patience becomes protection. Where trust becomes strength. You do not need to confront. You do not need to demand explanations. Your calm presence is already doing more than you realize. It gives your partner stability. It reminds them what they are fighting to protect. It keeps them grounded while everything else feels unstable. Understand this clearly now. You are not being kept in the dark because you are weak. You are being shielded because you are valuable. Your partner sees you as something that must remain untouched by manipulation, untouched by pressure, untouched by conflict that you never agreed to enter. That level of care is rare. That level of restraint is powerful. The situation is moving toward resolution, even if it feels slow. When the truth finally surfaces, it will not come with chaos. It will come with clarity. Until then, remain steady. The silence you feel is not emptiness. It is effort. And the love you are questioning right now is not shrinking. It is standing between you and something that was never meant to reach your life. A quiet shift has already begun, even if you cannot name it yet. The air around your connection feels heavier, not because something is breaking, but because something hidden is being challenged from within. Your partner has reached the stage where observation has turned into decision. They are no longer only managing the situation. They are slowly dismantling it. Every response they give now is intentional. Every agreement is conditional. Every silence is measured. They are choosing moments carefully, because the person who created this problem believes control is still intact. That belief is the weakness. Your partner understands that the most powerful move is not resistance, but redirection. They are letting the other person think progress is being made, while quietly closing every path that could ever reach you. This is why their focus feels intense. This is why their mind seems elsewhere at times. They are finishing something that must end cleanly. What you may not see is how emotionally complex this phase is for them. It is not easy to confront manipulation when it comes from familiarity. It is not simple to untangle obligations that were once framed as care. Your partner is grieving an illusion while still functioning with precision. They are accepting that someone close is not who they appeared to be. That realization alone carries weight. Yet even in that internal conflict, their priority remains unchanged. You. Your safety. Your peace. Your future. They are choosing you without announcement, without validation, without applause. This is not impulsive love. This is disciplined loyalty. The kind that stands firm even when emotions are stretched thin. This is why they have not broken down. This is why they have not lashed out. They are protecting the outcome, not their ego. There is also a reason timing matters so much now. The situation is fragile, but not in the way it appears. The control structure depends on your partner's emotional reaction. It feeds on urgency. It feeds on fear. And most importantly, it feeds on secrecy turning into panic. Your partner has refused all three. They have stayed calm. They have slowed everything down. They have turned secrecy into strategy. This is creating instability for the person who set the problem. They are beginning to feel uncertainty, even if they hide it well. Pressure without reaction loses power. Influence without access weakens. Your partner knows this. That is why they are steady. That is why they are patient. Every day they hold this line, the grip loosens a little more. You may notice subtle changes in how your partner connects with you. A deeper seriousness. A more intentional tone. Moments where their affection feels protective rather than expressive. This is not distance. This is anchoring. They are grounding themselves through you, even if they do not say it openly. Your presence is stabilizing their resolve. Your normalcy is reminding them what life should feel like when manipulation is not involved. This is why they value your calm reactions so deeply right now. You are not required to fix anything. You are not expected to intervene. Simply being yourself is already helping them stay focused. Love does not always look loud during difficult phases. Sometimes it looks like restraint, discipline, and quiet strength. This part of the journey is about endurance, not revelation. The truth will surface later, when it is safe, when it cannot be twisted, when it no longer carries risk. For now, understand this. Your partner is not trapped without options. They are executing one. The path ahead leads away from control, away from manipulation, away from hidden pressure. And when that path fully opens, the relief will feel sudden, almost unreal. Until then, trust the steadiness you still feel between you. It is not an accident. It is the result of someone standing firmly between you and a problem that was never meant to define your story. Now comes the phase where everything appears normal on the surface, but nothing is casual underneath. This is the most deceptive stage, because it looks like calm, yet it demands the highest level of control. Your partner is maintaining balance while quietly removing the final supports of the problem surrounding them. The person who created this situation believes they still have influence, because they are seeing cooperation where there is actually closure being prepared. This illusion is intentional. Your partner understands that sudden resistance would only strengthen the grip. So instead, they are reducing dependency, limiting emotional access, and restructuring priorities without announcement. Each small change is calculated to look natural, unthreatening, and harmless. But together, these changes are irreversible. This is not avoidance. This is quiet separation from a system that no longer holds power. Emotionally, this stage requires a level of maturity that few people reach. Your partner is choosing not to expose the truth prematurely, even though it would feel relieving. They are choosing not to seek validation, even though they deserve it. They are choosing to endure temporary discomfort for permanent peace. That decision is heavy. It requires self-control in moments where frustration wants release. It requires clarity in moments where doubt tries to creep in. Yet they remain focused because they know the outcome matters more than the process. They are protecting something sacred to them, and that is why they move carefully. Love, when tested this way, does not shout. It stabilizes. It becomes deliberate. It becomes unshakable. You may sense moments where your partner seems emotionally distant, then suddenly deeply present. This is the rhythm of someone carrying responsibility silently. When they step back, they are managing pressure. When they step closer, they are reminding themselves why they are doing this. You are their anchor, even if you never asked to be. Your consistency gives them the strength to keep moving without collapsing under the weight of what they are handling alone. This is why small gestures between you feel heavier than words. This is why presence matters more than explanation. You are not being tested. The situation around them is. And it is slowly losing ground. There is also something important you must understand about the person who caused this. Their influence depends on emotional reaction and assumed loyalty. Both are fading. Your partner has stopped reacting emotionally and started responding strategically. They have stopped assuming obligation and started defining boundaries internally. This shift is subtle, but powerful. Control cannot survive where clarity exists. Manipulation cannot persist where patience replaces urgency. The pressure you may feel in the atmosphere is not escalation. It is collapse in progress. The structure is weakening, even if it has not fallen yet. And the one holding steady through this is your partner. What lies ahead is not confrontation, but release. Not drama, but distance. Not chaos, but closure. Your partner is approaching the point where they no longer need to carry this alone. When that moment arrives, truth will come with calm, not shock. You will understand why silence was necessary. You will see why timing mattered. And you will realize that what felt like uncertainty was actually protection in motion. Until then, remain as you are. Present. Steady. Grounded. The quiet strength surrounding you is not fading. It is finishing its work. This is the stage where resolution begins to take shape, even though it may not be visible yet. Your partner has moved from defense into quiet completion. The decisions that once felt heavy are now clear. The fear of unintended consequences has been replaced with certainty. They know exactly what must be done, and more importantly, what must no longer be allowed. The person who created the problem is still playing their role, unaware that their influence has already been neutralized. What remains is a controlled disengagement, not sudden, not emotional, but final. Your partner is closing doors without slamming them. They are ending access without confrontation. They are reclaiming autonomy without explanation. This is the safest way forward, and they understand that now with absolute clarity. Emotionally, something profound is happening inside them. The weight they carried alone is slowly lifting. The tension that lived quietly in their chest is easing. This does not mean the journey is over, but it means the outcome is no longer uncertain. They have chosen peace over compliance. They have chosen truth over convenience. They have chosen you without hesitation. And in doing so, they have rediscovered their own strength. You may notice this as a subtle shift. More grounded conversations. More intentional affection. A steadier presence. These are not coincidences. These are signs that the internal battle is being won. Love feels safer when the threat is losing power. There is also a moment approaching where clarity will naturally replace confusion. Not through confrontation, but through change. Certain influences will simply fade. Certain pressures will stop arriving. Certain expectations will no longer demand response. This is how control truly ends. Not with resistance, but with irrelevance. Your partner is allowing the situation to dissolve rather than explode. That is wisdom. That is restraint. That is care for you and for the future you share. They are ensuring that when this chapter closes, it stays closed. No reopening. No repetition. No hidden cost later.